Like the young man you are about to meet. Researchers at the University of Florida are testing one of those devices that taps straight into the brain. Dr. Joe says it's changing the life of a very special patient right here who could become a worldwide model.
Take three brothers and a big backyard, and you're bound to see a game of football. But what you don't see is what's making it all possible for 13-year-old Austin Streetmatter.
They always tell me I'm bionic, and I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all.
One more time.
Austin has dystonia. This University of Florida video shows how it twisted Austin's once healthy body.
Was it scary?
Very, very scary.
He actually stood up every day for a 9-month period, never sat, did everything standing up, eating, drinking, going to school, falling asleep at night.
It was like being crushed and stood on by 100,000 pounds. It was terrible.
Drugs weren't working. His last hope, an experimental treatment.
We have almost done our 1,000th case of deep brain stimulation here.
Stacey Merritt coordinates clinical trials here at the University of Florida Center for Movement Disorders. Surgeons place pacemaker-like power packs in the chest and run leads to the head.
Those are implanted into the brain, and they are implanted close to or affecting a particular target depending on what the neurosurgeon wanted to do with the patient.
Experts believe the controlled electrical shocks help a long list of conditions like Tourette's and epilepsy, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, even obsessive compulsive disorder and depression.
But we saw improvement almost immediately.
How did that make you feel?
Yeah, it would have been weird for me to do a cartwheel in the office, but I was on the brink. I was on the brink. It was very exciting.
Austin's stimulator stays on all the time. Using a remote control, he can increase voltage if he needs to.
It was different. It was very different.
Austin says it works so well, he surprised everyone playing basketball just a week and a half after his surgery.
When Austin took the court, not a dry eye in the place. He was just out there with a ball playing with his friends and glad to be back.
That was when I knew it worked, when I made the basket and I came back and I could backpedal. When I could first backpedal back, that was when I knew something just changed and my life is totally different now.
A son and family grateful for this high-tech fix.
Way to go, Austin!
He can sit, he can lay down, he can play basketball, he can play football, he can write, all that stuff that we weren't sure he was ever going to be able to do. He's able to do all of it. It's amazing.
Of course, it is drug-free. He will not have to take any medications. But, John, as you know, this is brain surgery. There can be complications, bleeding, of course, loss of function, and the electrodes can migrate.
Boy, what an extraordinary transformation this young man has gone
Yes.
through. But the brain, as you point out, it is a very complicated thing. But why is it so promising for all these other issues?
Well, because you can move that electrode to the area of the brain that's going to help things like Tourette's or epilepsy, where the focus is, or Parkinson's, a movement disorder. They can put two of those in. And then, you know, of course, we've got the studies for Alzheimer's, where it's boosting memory, increasing blood flow to those areas that are involved in helping people to remember. There's obsessive compulsive disorder, depression, and John, they're even trying it for anorexia now.
All right, now given all these advancements, where do you expect it to go next?
Well, you know, it's getting better. Electrodes are getting better, they're getting more flexible, and battery packs are getting smaller. Now, in the case of dystonia, deep brain stimulators are not approved by the FDA, but there is a humanitarian need out there, so if someone really, really needs it, then in this particular case, insurance even covered it.
Paid for by insurance.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, wonderful thing for this family.
Well, these are wonderful developments that you bring us tonight. We'll look forward to even more. Dr. Joe, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.